All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the BiggDro Show. I'm your host, Brian Drolet, aka BiggDro.
I went to a back specialist, plaques all over the wall, 5-star rating on Amazon, thumbs up all across YouTube. I drove 2 hours. You wanna know what he told me? Don't bend so much. This cost me $200. $200. Don't bend so much was his advice. I swear to God, I should have went to medical school. I could have told people that. You're having a heart attack? Don't stress so much. $500.
First topic, first headline we're talking about is 43% of adults say they have cheated financially on their partner. Ooh, you naughty American public, you. Now, I've been single a long time, so I'm not sharing a bank account with anybody, but I would imagine that's a pretty stressful thing. You're going to take out some money, you see a withdrawal for $330. You're like, yo, babe, what is this? And she's like, don't you like the new color of my hair? And you're like, not for $330, I don't. Those highlights don't even accentuate your eyes. Did you go to Ramon again? Ramon never even gets to the roots. The article calls it financial deception. It sounds so intense. Imagine confronting your significant other. Honey, we need to talk about this financial deception. How dare you financially deceive me? The article goes on to explain, why do people commit financial deception? The survey found that most deceptions happen for a few main reasons. 38% of people felt that some aspects of money should just remain private. So 38% of people are like, look, Michelle, I love you, but this is my money, so just back up, ho. I'm sure most of the time it's men buying things they shouldn't. What do you mean you don't want an indoor swimming pool in the living room? The best part about this article is the way it ends. It says 19% of couples felt the deception brought them closer as a couple, while 16% said the deception helped them communicate more proactively in the future. Aww. Getting all sentimental with numbers and percentages article. That article ended like a rom-com on Netflix. So oftentimes when there's a headline or an article, it reports something that isn't true or it's incorrect. The correction is never as loud as the original mistake. Well, you want to talk about a correction that went out recently that nobody is talking about, is 2 men who were convicted of killing Malcolm X in 1966 have been exonerated. The investigation has been going on this entire time, and these 2 guys are not guilty, and their names are not even in the headline. It's like 2 men exonerated in the killing of Malcolm X. It's like, hey, can you scream my name from the mountaintop? You want to include my name in there, my name, with not guilty? The 2 men are Muhammad A. Aziz and Khalil Islam. These 2 guys, totally innocent, completely exonerated, and nobody's talking about it. Imagine having that weight hanging over you. Your whole life, people are like, you killed Malcolm X, right? I saw it on Google. No, actually, I've been exonerated. The article came out. It was trending for a day on Twitter. So people thought you were guilty for like the last 4 decades, but it trended for a day on Twitter and in one article. Got it. Yeah, I didn't kill him. Everywhere you go, you got to tell people, they're like, didn't you murder that historical legend that everybody loves? No, actually, oh, you didn't see the article. It was trending for a day. We were exonerated. They didn't put our names in the headline, though, so yeah. But we're innocent. Where are you guys going? Hey, guys, come back. Guys, come on. I love Malcolm X. Guys? All right, next topic. Jonah Hill, I was talking about him the other day. He is going to play Jerry Garcia in a Martin Scorsese biopic for Apple. Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead. To be honest with you guys, I don't know anything about the Grateful Dead other than they have beards, colorful imagery with skeletons, and Martin Scorsese's making a movie with Jonah Hill. What do you guys think? Are you excited about this movie? They have the rights to the music, so all the music's going to be in the movie, which would be weird if it wasn't. Watch that movie and it's just a bunch of royalty-free music. But Jonah Hill, he's probably going to do a phenomenal job. The guy crushes it in every acting role he does. Martin Scorsese, great director. I hope the film's less than 9 hours. I never even saw The Irishman, his last movie. His movies are just getting longer and longer. I feel like he's got a chip on his shoulder because everything's superhero movies, and he's just like, you know what? I'm going to make the movie 17 hours long. I don't care. They're giving me the money. They're giving me the budget to make a non-superhero movie. Let's make it, let's make it 4 seasons long. But yeah, so that movie should be coming out soon. The film is being executive produced by the Grateful Dead band members. Jonah Hill will also serve as a producer on the set, so he can be playing. He's going to be playing Jerry Garcia, and then he might be yelling at him and be like, "Look, I know you're the executive producer, but I need to get this shot. So quiet on the set. I'm so sorry, Jerry. I love you." Do you think Jonah Hill was a good choice to play the lead singer? Are you guys excited for this movie? Are you a fan of Grateful Dead? Let me know in the comments section. Guys, I've already talked about this, so I'm just going to really touch on it fast. That's what she said. Pete Davidson is officially dating Kim Kardashian. They're a couple. They're an item. I feel like we are officially all just a part of the Matrix, and Pete Davidson is going to date every hot girl ever. Pete Davidson should really write a How to Date Hot Women and Live Your Dreams book. Kanye's got to be pissed off. Hello, sunshine. You want to say hi? But seriously, Kanye West must be pissed off. I would be like seriously annoyed. He's probably going to release a song. Pete Davidson, gonna put a mark out on Pete Davidson. Or it might be like, pray Jesus for Pete. Pray Jesus for Pete that I don't put a hit out on him. Something like that. But yes, Pete Davidson, clearly he knows a secret that we all don't know. That or just being famous and on SNL is like the ultimate swag card. Do you think if Pete Davidson was a barista at Starbucks, would he be getting half the women? The answer is no. Like, hey, what's your name for the caramel macchiato? Kim K, got it. Never heard of you before. You want to go out Saturday night? My shift ends soon. No? Okay. I love Kanye. Dave Chappelle is in the news again. His high school disinvited him to some event, and they were also supposed to name the theater after him, and they're like, we're not doing that no more, because they don't like that he's making fun of trans people. And Dave Chappelle, when they asked his comment, he said, they're disinviting me to things I don't even want to do. They're disinviting me to things I've turned down. He also said, I'm sorry you feel that way, but keep in mind, I've never disinvited you to anything. I think it's kind of ridiculous that his high school disinvited him, or you should be really honored that Dave Chappelle went to your high school and is from there and proud, and you should have named the theater after him. If anything, he's made trans issues and made the discussion more popular than ever, honestly. I mean, I've looked into it and tried to understand and wrap my mind around it all more because of Dave Chappelle. And I just think, I'll tell you what they should have done. They should have not only invited him, but they should have had a discussion and told them where they were disappointed with him or why they thought he was in the wrong. But to just disinvite somebody, you're shutting down a conversation where people can learn from, people that don't understand about trans rights. Let people know why you're so upset. But I just thought that was kind of like a tacky, even if you really disagreed with him, or, even if you didn't want to name the theater, I still think to disinvite him and to treat him like he's an outcast, that's the thing that you want to stay away from with the trans community, as well as making people feel like outcasts. And people have different opinions. So I would have liked to have seen a headline, Dave Chappelle gets invited back to his high school for an issue with for a conversation with the trans students about how he and all of us can do better in fighting for equality for trans people, especially in the areas and situations where they feel like they're not being heard. But I get it. There's a lot of anger there. Maybe it's things I just can't understand. But again, I would have liked to see his high school especially embrace him more. But as Dave Chappelle said, apparently he wasn't planning on going to that crap anyway. So, I mean, I don't want to go back to high school for anything. I hated high school. So, but I'd be salty too if my high school was like, hey, we're disinviting you. Even if I didn't want to go, I'd be like, well, whatever, high school. If you want to get all high school on me, then you're not invited to my barbecue this week, and it's going to be great. And I'm going to tell jokes, man. Chrissy Teigen is in some hot water. She apparently had a Squid Game party at her house with John Legend, put it all over social media. People thought it was insensitive because, you know, the whole show is a commentary on capitalism and the divide between the super wealthy and the lower class people, people who don't have money. And it just was like a bad look. I haven't seen Squid Games. I know what it's about. I've been meaning to watch it, but every time I watch it, I'm just like, man, I don't know. I don't know if it's the subtitles or I don't know if it's the dubbing, but I just haven't been able to get into it. But Chrissy Teigen, you know, she's one of the preachiest, most judgmental people there is. So she gets the judgment times 10. People seem to really love her or hate her. She's a pretty polarizing character. I will say she does tend to complain an awful lot for somebody that's so pretty and so successful and wealthy and just has so many blessings. She's like always bitching about something. And I know you can be beautiful and famous and still be miserable. I get it. But it's more annoying when someone is beautiful, famous, married to somebody who just seems delightful. Okay? John, how are ya? God, what a great guy, John, huh? When you take away the legend, he's just John, huh? What's up, John? Great music. Doesn't have the umph of John Legend. I'm a big fan of you, John. Keep up that music. And tell your wife to stop bitching. Christopher Nolan, he has a new $100 million movie, Oppenheimer. It's about the creation of the atom bomb. And they're saying this is going to be one of the last movies of its kind. He's one of the only bankable directors. He can do, you know, one of the few people that can do whatever he wants to do. But his movies make money. He's got a fan base. I'm a huge Chris Nolan fan. I didn't love Tenet, but his movies are great. This might be the last movie we see that's this big of a budget and not a superhero movie. Are you guys excited about Oppenheimer? Did you guys like Tenet? Let me know. But I'm a huge Chris Nolan fan. Tenet was like the only one that I haven't loved out of all of his movies. I just found it confusing. I was like, what's going on? Things are backwards, things are forwards. It kind of twisted me around, and I didn't know if I was backwards or forwards. But are you guys excited for this $100 million World War II drama? Sounds cheery. Let me know what you guys think. Ryan Reynolds, one of my favorite actors, movie stars, personalities, guy's really funny. Been a fan since Van Wilder, Just Friends. He had like a whole Waiting, a whole bunch of movies that came out pretty quickly. Actually, one time I was in Whole Foods and I was going to buy soup. This is in Hollywood. And I reached for the soup, and as I reached, another hand reached with me. And I looked, and sure enough, it's Ryan freaking Reynolds. And he goes, "You can have the soup." And I said, No, Ryan. Please, you can have the soup. You're Ryan Reynolds. And then I thought he was going to be like, "No, you can have it." And he just took it and he left. And I was like, what the fuck, Ryan Reynolds? I really wanted that soup. But that did happen. And it was a moment where I was like, holy cow, I was a little starstruck. But he talks about dealing with anxiety, which I know I've had my battles with anxiety, which is a very real thing. And I don't know how he doesn't have anxiety. He does movie after movie. He's famous. He's married to a gorgeous woman. There's probably so much coming at him all the time. He's taking a break from acting. He says he's not going to make movies next year. He's going to focus on being an entrepreneur. His companies, I know he has a gin company. But I think it's cool that he's talking about things like anxiety. He's taking a step back from work, which I think is important. I've really this year myself focused on family and the things that really matter. And sometimes we can get overwhelmed with work, and especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to keep your business afloat, especially during these COVID times. So it's important to take a step back, reassess, breathe, and not film blockbuster movies for a year. Which hopefully we're still getting Deadpool 3. I love the Deadpool movies. Ryan, you're awesome. I hope you do well with your anxiety. And it also said in the article that Ryan wants to play James Bond, or would love to be James Bond when he comes back and starts acting again. Maybe he'll be James Bond, a Canadian sipping gin. I think Ryan Reynolds will make a cool James Bond. It'd be like maybe a little too humorous though, you know? Like, Danger's my middle name. Just see him now. The James Bond girl, she like walks down the staircase. He's like, "Aren't you like a Tostito hot and flamey. Hi, I'm Bond. James Bond. I like my drinks shaken, not stirred. Let's go beat up the bad guys, huh? I've got some gadgets in my belt.
Yeah, but I'm an art major. I love the arts. I've been doing the performing arts for quite a while, which is another way of saying I don't have money in my bank account. How we all doing?